So I want you to remember this spot right here.
All right.
So this is the old stairwell going down into the basement. When Kenny Kane took over it, he floored over this and he moved. So there's two basements. There's one going down from the kitchen. And it's not very exciting, but I can take you down there if you want.
Please.
And then there's this one.
Oh, well, I don't necessarily have to see that one. It was...
Okay. We're right here. We're right above. So Swede Nelson was the original owner. Started this bar. Right here, there's a speakeasy.
All right.
So back when there was prohibition, they would go down there and they would gamble. And if they got raided, there was a tunnel. Unbeknownst to me, at this point, it's been blocked off. But there was a tunnel that they could jump into and they could get across the highway underneath. But this used to be the old stairwell, and when we get down there, I'll show you. I mean, you can see the stairs where it goes up to nothing, but it's right here.
Understood.
Okay. Did you want to see the boring side? Or just
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's all right. I'm turning this digital on, but I'm not actually recording anything until I get in there.
So this at one point was an old grocery store, meat locker. Do you have a flashlight? I'm going to grab it.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, this floor grate
Right here?
right there.
Yep.
That's one of the rooms downstairs that you can't get light into. Okay.
So we'll need a flashlight for that.
All right. I do have a flashlight.
I just grabbed it.
All right.
This is where my wife was. She doesn't like looking down here. She caught down there at the corner of her eye. That's where she thought she saw Merle. And then she turned back and all of a sudden he was right here.
She did recognize him later as Merle
So-
through a photograph.
I can show you. See how quickly I can find it. So somebody shared with me some old pictures of Swedes from way here there. Way back in the day. So that's the bar that we were just at. That's right
Beautiful.
here. This is that door right on the other side of there that we just went through.
Okay.
That's Bob Weaver.
Wow. There he is.
That's Merle. That's the guy that she saw that spooked her so much. That's the ice machine. Bob Weaver again.
Oh, those are some great pictures. Nice hat.
This is Carrie McClure. She's the one that actually shared the pictures with me. She's got a whole photo album of them.
See, now here's already a difference in what I heard before. It was, she saw Merle. That is not Bud Weaver. Correct?
No,
or is that
no,
the same one?
no,
Right,
no,
different
she
person?
She saw Merle.
Okay, she saw Merle.
Yeah, Merle's, he's not very friendly. The video of where the booths were was right here.
And they were on this staircase?
It was, yeah, right in this area.
Oh. Hello.
Damn it, Jim. This is one of my bartenders. He's, not this, but he's a practical joker. He keeps putting this goddamn spooky thing all over the place.
Yeah, see, now if that was not in the dark, maybe.
I can light this up for you if you want. There's not much. This is old lockers. What I find more intriguing is back in here in the room that I can't light up. stuff there. So this was an old, it was also the bus depot.
Wow.
And
These were the bus lockers?
yes. And like a bunch of them are still locked. We have yet to pop them open. So I don't know if we're going to find money or severed heads or God only knows what.
Oh, come on. Well, how wonderful that would be. Well, not the severed head stuff, but I mean, even anything back from a few years is treasure to me. See those, you had some lockers somewhere else, and I did see those and thought that they were pretty old.
Yeah.
We passed those. Wow, that's fantastic.
So when we took over here, there was only, I think there was one light, maybe right here. Lights and anything. But we'd come down here, and there's times that we have to because the pop station's down here, other stuff. But it was so dark and creepy that it unnerved us so much. So I almost feel like when I bring my friends over, we'll do a little after party thing. It's almost more fun to leave the lights off and just feel my way to the back to the speakeasy. And there's a bench in there, we can sit in there, we'll talk, sit in the dark. And several of my friends, they swear they've seen orbs in the dark. But
Glowing ones?
I personally
Visitors in the
haven't.
dark?
I mean, we can, let's go in the dark first,
All right.
and then I'll turn the lights on.
All right.
Okay. Can you still see me?
Still see you, I'm fine.
Yeah, we're going to take a right. Walk slow. That's actually a hole in the wall. That's the light that you're seeing.
Wow, look at that. See, with someone here, I can do this. It does pick it up on the IFR a little bit. Fantastic. And this is the old speakeasy then.
This to me is the most fascinating room in this building.
Did you have a steel door somewhere, I also heard?
There's there's the big cooler doors.
I thought there was a reinforced door for the speakeasy. That must have been, again, an exaggeration.
So this is that stairwell that goes up by the other basement.
With these vintage lines, this is fantastic. Is that 30s or 50s? Not me. I'll cut that part out. Note to self, get that.
You know, we'll come walking out, like bring it back to being a poker room, but I don't want to mess with the history.
Understood.
Because I mean, God only knows what's under some of these tiles. I mean,
What if you were able to find? Well, yeah, that's right. You might have to.
I brought one kid.
Might be
down
more
here,
than you wanted.
and I shouldn't say kid because he's in his 30s, but he grew up around here. He was pointing spots like this out to me. It's like, those are old bloodstains. I mean, some bad shit happened in this room.
If there's anybody with us, any spirits or anything, you can speak into this recorder that theoretically will pick you up. I won't be able to hear it tonight, but I will review it. I do have this camera. It's like a little video machine going. By the way, it's the year 2021, if you can believe that, because I can't. These are beautiful.
Right?
Well, maybe if you had it like, if you found some pictures of it, But then that would be another project too. It'd be like trying to restore a car. You got to find it. I mean, how many people went around this too?
Yeah, right?
All the stories.
See, and then it went up, so straight up here. So to the right would be the women's bathroom. To the left, we'd be going into the kitchen. And then this is a new wall. Right here, we can turn the lights on now. This wall is all new. The other side of this is that other basement. And
Oh,
we,
okay.
We can go look at it if you want, but it's
No, that's right. I just heard.
nothing that exciting. This is the intriguing side.
Was this also original? Oh, okay. I thought that was a reinforced insulated door right there. I'm sorry.
And you can go in there. It's really just storage. There's
Yeah, that's
nothing
right.
much in there. But
This is great to go down here.
no, my wife screwed with me. I was down here. I don't remember what I was doing. Probably changing a pot box, but I didn't have the lights on. And I hear hello. And for a split second, my heart raced. I was like, well, this. There's a tube going from the bar.
That's splendid.
And you can drop cans from the bar right down here. So she was down there going, hello.
Debunked! And those, I'm sure, have no story at all.
Those are actually the old city klaxons, the curfew sirens.
And you haven't fired them up. Oh, well, I suppose you want to show nice for the community. What is that?
No, I've confirmed 3 of them are functionable. One of them's basically just going to be parts. But
Beautiful. That kind of stuff just is amazing. They left a Ooga horn in one of the rentals in the abandoned garage. The neighbor described the guy who lived there before was throwing out gold watches. That he found because he thought they were junk. But you don't know how that goes. Well, I'm willing to go dark for a second if you wanted to do that, just to see if anybody says anything. All right, everybody, you've heard this before. I'm going to start a new clip. And I've been really impressed about the history of this place, especially Bud Weaver and Merle, and also Paul Greeny. We see some cowboy boots. That's the big thing, is that someone thinks they saw some cowboy boots here. And I bet that might have been you, Paul. And then we also saw Merle. You didn't seem too happy about it, but I think these people are very respectful into what they're doing in improving the bar. And if you want to say anything, I'm leaving this camera going, and I'm also have this audio. So just say anything, or you can say something out loud. I'm going to turn off this camera so it doesn't show the light. My recorder is still going though.
oh yeah, so we're right below. Oh, I know where we're at. Right in between the 2 bathrooms.
Oh, I see. This is not the grill. This is not the grill.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I forgot to point that out. That grill, the one that I showed you earlier, that was in the first room with all the meat locker, the bus depot locker.
Oh, okay.
Was in that room.
Wow. I can just, it has that ambiance here. If you're playing cards and during Prohibition coming down here, and then you got that tunnel, that always helps. This place must be full
And I'm
of energy.
pretty sure, like that tunnel, like this wall, again, is new. And it had to have been, we really should. We should go look at the other side, because you can see some of the old brick. You can see where there was a fire.
What, it was that other wall that you showed me that you think faces the street where it might have had the tunnels originally?
Yes, so it's going to
Escape
be,
tunnel.
so when we come down, so where these stairs are, there's a set of stairs right here now instead.
Okay.
So that's where we're going to come down. and then that side faces the street, the main street.
Okay.
And I think they would like escape here, and they would go through, again, this wall probably wasn't here, go through that, and then through wherever the tunnel was.
Amazing they didn't know about it, or maybe they did. Where did it end? Where did it empty out?
The other side of the highway.
Just like a hole?
Yeah.
Which
I haven't,
upstanding.
everyone's like, why haven't you looked for that? And I keep thinking, why haven't I looked for that? But I haven't yet, so.
It's always nice to have a project.
Yeah.
See, hearing people walking upstairs does nothing for me because I've had so many basements when I was growing up with my family that it's like it reminds me of my family up there. Hello. This is probably a good place to stay if you were in the afterworld.
Right.
Wow, you have a lot of space down here.
Yeah.
They must have had party. Well, of course, some of that information talked about the parties they had, but this can't be the only place they had it.
Kenny Kane, he was one of the owners in the 70s. He was the one that changed the stairwell. But I guess when, it was the girl that showed me the pictures that I took, the old pictures. She said, yeah, when I used to work here, we'd have to come down in the basement, make sure there weren't people, and I kind of finished her sentence. I was like, freaking hiding out. They're like screwing around. So people that would just come down in the basement and start getting it on.
Hello, that's why you got the cameras in now. Do you have any power in there right now? Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you did because you had. I'll just walk in here. I have this little box here that's supposed to show the presence of people through electromagnetic fields, and it is solidly 0. Oh, okay. I've just wondered I forgot that you had power at all. Okay. Well, all right. Maybe there's something underneath the cushions and everything.
Yeah, my stepbrother, I brought him down here. He's like, can I crawl along your walls? And he's running around back there. He found these 2 pool sticks stashed back there.
Oh, really?
Whatever reason.
Outstanding. This thing picks me up all the time, too. That's why I think it's at fault. Wow. And here's the knife from 1934. Wow. All right, lead on, Captain. Oh, wait. Before you do that, I want to try another file here. This is getting long. Let's see. You start? Okay.
Yeah, there were no light bulbs in Indians' place.
I wonder if they had a brothel as well.
Oh, I imagine. I know across the street is an old theater.
One thing I noticed that Mr. Greeny, what he mentioned, I'm sorry, Bud Weaver did, is he talked about the reputation of this place was such that they did not allow harsh language, whereupon the husbands could bring their wives in.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. I've worked at a lot of restaurants. This brings me some memories. More of that smell brings me back to about 6 restaurants I used to work in.
So we're going to block this open because the last time I did this, not the last time, but one of the times I did this, I brought my friend down here and was showing him around, go to come upstairs, the door locked behind us.
Nice.
And so, and my bartender at the time, she's she knows about all the spooks and she's very nervous about them. So I'm knocking on the door, trying to get her attention because I knew she was in there cooking. I'm like, let us out. Finally, thank God I have my phone. I call my wife. She's sitting at one of the bars. bar tables. She just starts laughing. She's like, "You locked yourself in the basement, did you?" Yes, we did.
And then we heard knocking. It was coming from the basement. All right, so obviously, like you said, this would have been contiguous. This is
Yeah, so this is the other side of that wall
that's a serious
that we were
wall,
just at, where the speakeasy's right there.
right?
And this is clearly all new-ish,
I don't know. This looks sure tempting somehow.
right? But then there's this old original brick, and then back here, you can see where the fire was. Oh, watch your head.
There's a bunch of clippings that are also linked to some of the railroad history of Drummond. Maybe maybe it'll mention it. I didn't read those. Wow. I think originally putting down this brick in probably 1900 or something. Wow. Obviously, when they put in the new pipes or something like that, they say, we're just going to go. It might probably didn't have pipes when they put the brick in.
Right.
So it's not like they replaced it. Oh, these are.
What I'm suspicious of is that I think it's either that wall where there's fresh sheetrock or this. I think this is where, somewhere in here, I think is where that tunnel was. And then it'll go, because right now we're right, this is almost street side over here.
We're underneath that extended building that goes out from it.
Yeah.
And these, of course, had to have been from the old bar. Or,
Probably the bus
that's right.
depot part.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bus depot. How very interesting. Need a Star Trek scanner. Why don't they make those? There's two places in Marysville that there's some questions about. Some people being buried down there. And there's some real questions about it. And what do? You can't drill a probe. I'm not doing that or something like that. We need ground penetrating radar or something. How would you find that? I wonder how would you find it? If you had, no, that wouldn't work either. I was thinking if it had metal around it, you could find the spaces of it, but that wouldn't be differentiate from rebar.
You should be able to find through, I don't know, sonar or something, but find a void,
Yeah,
you know,
because it's got to be big.
somewhere in here.
Boy, I wonder if you just tap it on a hammer. Big one.
Yeah, a bunch of people are like, when are you going to get a jackhammer down here?
Yeah, bar owner breaks down major brace beam of own restaurant. Fantastic. Who knows what anything, every space is important in some way, I'm sure. That's great. That's what those are. From the restaurant. Completely glared it out. Very nice. You have a lot of memorabilia down here too from that. That's great.
In the last 3 times I've been down here, that's been where it's at, but that's not where it was when we first got here.
This entire unit has,
Yep.
where was it originally then?
It was against the wall.
Was it blocking that old ash trap?
Perhaps. Yeah, it's
Wonder if that was the reason for it.
it's got all sorts of treasures.
Oh my lord. Or not.
Old beer can, bottles.
Wow. Yeah, that's something to look at one day. Looks like that might have some tools or pieces in it. That
Yeah.
little container on the right. Oh, okay. I don't know what would be the.
we got kind of, we were so intrigued with this place when we first got here, and we still are, but then we got buried in the day-to-day,
I bet.
and I can't wait to just start going through this thing. Like, there's one room I can't get into, I physically can't, right by the ice machine. This ice machine's just a little too close, and I can't squeeze myself into it. But one of these days, I'm going to move that ice machine just enough to get in there.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
It was like a couple of the rentals I had. They had entire rooms that were completely abandoned, and you had to push the door in. The floor was collapsed, but on the other side, there's an entire sink set up. Razors sitting there the old razors from the 1930s and everything. They just left it there.
No, that's what's got me intrigued. I'll show you. I actually, now that we're talking about it, I want to show you because there's a door in that room that.
The speakeasy?
Where does it go? No.
Oh.
No, it's up in the next room over.
I wonder too that if you had a speakeasy down there, you also had to have some kind of system to warn them when the cops came.
Right? And I can show you the rest too, but it's just rooms.
Oh yeah, that's all right. It was fantastic, and it's already 10:42. As long as you're doing all right.
Yeah, so this just goes to the patio.
This is an interesting little
So this used to be a cafe.
corner.
So
Okay, we're behind. I
yeah,
understand.
So that
All
goes
right,
back to the bar.
and I understand that people sometimes see. Well, now wait a second. I thought it had a big corridor to the left and right. There isn't.
Nope. So this is the room that Sally would open the door, and we reverse the lock. She would just come and go as she wanted.
Understood. My impression was that it was you had a corridor left to right here. All right, that was my mistake. All right, sir.
This used to be a cafe, and they've added all these walls since then. It's just our office, and I have all my tools and shit in here.
Oh, okay. This is the front of the building. I was wondering.
Yeah. So we're right above where we were just at.
Oh, right, at the very end of it with that,
Yep.
how the walls went in there. Where was the actual bus station? Do you think it was probably in this part of it?
I think it was. What did they tell me? I think it was probably that first room that I took you to down in the basement
Wow,
with all the
okay.
lockers.
Oh, that was actually in the basement. That was interesting. Oh, okay. I also read too that there were murals up here, and one of the prior orders owners, when they were interviewing when he just got it, he said that he was going to put wooden borders around the murals. And that just struck me, seeing that saw, that's probably the ones out in the dining room, those big ones.
Yeah, I imagine. That was a big point of disconcern. When they added this door, they ended up cutting part of it out.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Is it signed?
Yes. Yep.
I'll get his name, so I'll snoop around on that. 1950.
He changed the name, pissed off all the locals. So as we were looking into it, we were like, well, that's an easy fix. So we'll just put it right back to Swedes, because that's what it had always been.
Where did he change it to before, just out of
He
curiosity?
changed it to the rough stock.
Okay, that's where the rough stock name came in.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I wonder if they saw anything at all. I know that some people can live with quite a lot of things.
This door, I can't, I probably could if I tried really hard, but there's a door back there.
Just out of curiosity.
I would just like to know exactly, but I haven't been in here yet.
You are a stronger man than I am. I'd be picking at that immediately. Well, that's why I'm not married or anything. I gotta get footage with my not talking.